everybody, in this video I'm going to try and create the anchor base. And for the anchor base it says dimensions are in inches. So you know what to do by now. We're going to go to new. We're going to go to English Standard. We're going to hit the create button right there. And we're going to start a 2D sketch. I'll start it on this YZ plane. I haven't chosen this plane too often to draw on, but for this one, let's do this. And then I'm just going to create the basic shape of that side view. So I'm gonna go to line. Let's see, what can we do? I'm gonna start this corner here. I'm gonna drag this up a little bit to the left. Then I'm gonna go straight across a little ways, then down. Is that in line? It might be. I'm not gonna draw it in a line just in case it's not. I'm gonna draw it a little bit there. Then I'm gonna come over to the left, draw it down a little bit here, draw this at an angle. Somewhere, I don't know, arbitrarily here, drag it over like that. Then we'll start where we ended. I know that's all crooked. I'm gonna say okay here. We'll start, actually I need to draw one more line, don't I? I want to put a line that's this corner here and draw it over there. Now we can start dimensioning this bad boy. So I'm going to go to dimension. I'm going to click this point and this end. Wait. Okay, I don't want this dimension this way. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to aligned and now I'll drag it out. So that's what I want. So that's going to be 1.5. 1.5 like so. This dimension here, again, I don't want it to dimension that way. I'm going to right click. I'm going to click the aligned method. I'm going to drag it out. That's going to be 0.35 like so. And let's see, from here to here, that is 0.12. 0.12. This dimension here and here, that angle right there, that angle is 20 degrees. Like so. And then from here to here, this angle is showing 30. That's 30 degrees. That went kind of wonky kooky. Let's see. What can we do here? We know that's that. We know that's there. All right, so I'm going to make this. So these two lines need to be parallel. So I'm going to use this parallel constraint here. So I'm going to click this line right there. I'm going to click this line. Boom. Now those two are parallel to each other. And I know that this line, I'm going to drag this, wait, I don't want that parallel. I want to dimension it. I want this dimension here. That is 0.75. 0.75, like so. This dimension here is 0.25. What else do we know? We know that we got that one. Got that one. We got that one. I got that. We got that. I want to make sure that these two are parallel. So that should be perpendicular. I think it is, but I'm just going to give it a perpendicular constraint. So I'm going to click this line, click this one. Yeah, it was already. So I'm going to make sure that these two are parallel. This one and that one, and they are. So we got that. All right, so as far as I can tell, we got all that. We got all our necessary dimensions to create our shape done. So I'm just going to go to finish sketch. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So I'm going to extrude this in two different parts because, not two different parts, two different sections, I guess, because those two depths are not the same. So I'm going to extrude this top part here out towards us. That's going to be 2. And then I'm going to go under extrusion here. I'm going to right click sketch 1, turn the visibility of that on. I'm going to extrude this bottom part here. It does not go all the way to 2. So this is 1.5. Like that. Let me turn the visibility of the sketch off. So we got that right there. Then we can work with that. Let me add our rounds and our fillets. So it says there's 5 of those with a radius of 0.25. So I'm going to go to fillet. The fillet, this is going to be 0.25. There's 5 of these. Let's see if we can count them. So there's 1. There's 1. Jump to the other side here. There's 2. There's 3, 4. And I'm guessing they're counting this one here as 5. Under there, that's 5. So I'm going to hit apply. And then I'm going to create another 2D sketch on this surface here. Trying to see how I want to do this. Yeah. I'm going to use the hole. Let me use the hole command here. So I'm going to go up to hole. Wait. I always make that mistake. If I'm going to use a hole, then I don't need to create a sketch. So I'm going to right click this sketch that I haven't made and just delete it because there's nothing there. I'm going to choose the hole. That hole has a diameter of 0.5. And then it's going to go all the way through. I'm just going to click a spot to place that hole. Whoa. I don't want, that's not 0.5. Yeah, this is not, I don't know how I got 1.5. I want that to be 0.5. I was like, whoa, that looks super huge. All right, we don't want to do that. So then I'm going to dimension from the side here. So that is, what is that, 0.75? And then from the top fold flappy thing here, that's going to be 0.5. There we go. So 0.75, 0.5, that diameter is 0.5. I'm going to click OK. So there's that. I'm not sure if that, it looks like in the book, this distance here is a little bigger than what we have. All right, so I'm gonna go back and check something. I'm gonna go back to my sketch number 1. I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna edit. I think what I did was, what I goofed up on is that this line is indeed lined up with this dot here. So I'm going to, can I do, how can I do this? Can I make it, no, collinear. I'm just gonna, if I dimension this from here to here, make that 0. Gonna make this 0. Yeah, that looks better. That's 1.5. It actually got us fully constrained. So I'm gonna finish the sketch. All right, so that was looking weird because just giving it the eyeball test, I figured out that this was not matching the book. So now I think we're good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here, and this is going to be it's going to be a slot. So I'm going to use the slot center to center. Just going to draw one here, drag it across, draw it up a little bit, and then that is point. It looks like 0.3. If I'm reading that right there is 0.3. And then I'm going to dimension from this center to the edge here. That is 0.5. And then from here to this center, that is 0.75. And from here to this edge here, that's 0.37. 0.37. And I think we're good there. So yeah, I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to extrude, cut that all the way through. Hit OK. All right, there we go. So there is our anchor base. So I'm just going to go in there and fancy it up. Shadows, reflection. I'm going to turn the reflection off. I'm not going to get too carried away on that one with this time. So I'm going to go to Photo Booth. I'm going to click on this default here. Let's find a color for it. I'm just going to use Smooth Ivory. Click on the home. And then I'm going to go to File, Save. I'm going to save this as anchor base. All right, so we didn't get that perfect the first time through. That's what's good about Inventor is you can go back in and change your sketch really easy. So why do I already have an anchor base? I don't want to save over it. I'm just going to name this anchor base 2. I'm curious what the other anchor base was. Oh yeah, wow. So yeah, I remember that part. That was early on. So they named the same part. They give it the same name, but they're different. I don't know why they do that. Just don't save over your old one if you already have it. But cancel out of that because I have that one saved. All right, so I hope you kind of put up with me through my original boo-boo, but we got the job done. So yeah, I hope that helps. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll try to move on to the next one. Hope to see y'all back. All right, peace.